Good morning, students. Good evening. Good evening, students. So, welcome in next lecture of Math F212. So, presently we are studying goal programming. Audio video is okay. Online audio video is okay.
Yes, sir.
So, in last class we have covered the formulation of the goal programming. There, I have given you idea how to write the goal using the divisional variable. Is there any doubt? It's clear. Is there any doubt online?
No, sir.
Now, after the formulation, we have to find the compromise solution. In the goal programming, always we try for the compromise solution in which we have the minimum deviation. For all goal, we must have the minimum deviation, and for that purpose, we have the two methods. There are the two methods for solving goal programming. First one is the weight method. In previous class also, I have explained. We form the single objective using the all objective function, using all goals, we form the single objective function, and with the single objective function consisting all goals with weights. With weights means in the objective function we take the weighted sum of the goals, and in the primitive methods we arrange all goals in priority, and we start with the highest priority goal and terminate with lowest priority goal. And we have to keep one important thing: never we degrade the higher quality of the higher priority goal. So solution using weight method is just nothing. It is the ordinary linear program. It is exactly the ordinary linear program, whatever you have done till now. And primitive method entails the additional algorithm, means whatever you have studied for the for the post optimal analysis, that technique we have to apply. Additional algorithm means we have to go with the dual simplex method, generalized simplex method, and other thing. Consideration that very much within the realm of the simplex method in chapter 3. In the chapter 3 you have studied the simplex method, right? And advanced method, dual simplex method, generalized simplex method. So we have to go with that. Now, the proposed two methods are different because they do not generally produce the same solution. We have seen, you will see that by the both method we have the different solution. So because the basics are different, in the first method we assign the weight, in the second method we assign the priority. And in the first method we consider all the goals at a time simultaneously as a weighted sum, but in the primitive method we use only one goal at a time and solve in order of the priority from highest to lowest. Never we can say that this particular method is superior to the other one. That you cannot decide, because each technique is designed to satisfy the certain decision making preference. Because in the first we have used the weight method, in the second weight, and the second we have used the priority, so we cannot say this method is superior to the other method. So let us start with the weight method. So weight method is what? Suppose there are n goals. Suppose there are the n goals g1, g2, gn, and we arrange them as a minimization of the z, right? G1 plus G2 plus Gn with associated weights W1, W2, and Wn. So we make one goal from the n goals using as a weighted sum, right? And the parameter Wi are the positive weights that reflect the decision maker preference. If particular goal has higher weight, means that is the more preferable goal that you want to achieve prior to the other one. Now, regarding the relative importance of each goal. So let us have this example. So formulation we have done in previous class, in last class. So here in problem 2, set 8.1a, suppose that goal of attracting young middle aged people, right, means number of, this is what it is, the x2. If you recall the previous question, this is the x2 is twice importance as for the either of the other two categories, teen and seniors. Find the associated solution and check if all the goals have been made or not. So in this case, they have what they have said that, uh, let us have this problem. So in this case, they have said that this goal, has the w2 is the twice than the these two goals, twice than these two goals. So from here, if you make the one objective function from this, if you make the one objective function here, you will get the minimize z is equal to s1 minus plus 2 s2 minus plus s3 minus. That is the w1 goal 1 plus w2 goal 2 plus w3 goal 3. So here we have the single objective function subject to following constraint. Subject to following constraints. So now it is a simple simplex method, right? It is a simple linear program. You can apply the simplex method easily. So here we have the, for this we have the following formulation, right? So in this case we have made the objective function minimize z is equal to s1 minus plus twice of the s2 minus plus s3 minus, right? So this, so in this case, how you will make the table? So in this, can you tell where we require the slack, means what are the starting basic variable? For this question, what will be the starting basic variable? Yes, here we have to add the slack variable s, right? At this place you have to add the slack variable s, then s1 minus s2 minus s3 minus can form the identity matrix. So in this case, when we make the table, here we have the z, right? And here we have the x1 x2, right? x1 x2 s1 plus s2 plus s3 plus s s1 minus s2 minus s3 minus, and on the right hand side we have the solution. So in this way we have the table. So here the entries will be the 0 0, right? It is the 0 0 0 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, and on the right hand side we have the 0. Clear? It's visible now. So here the entry will be this, and when I'm saying that here we have the starting basic variable are s s1 minus s2 minus s3 minus. So automatically at this place we have the 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1, and on the right hand side we have the 1500. On the right hand side we have the 1500, 1000, 1200 and 800. So the first table, can you tell me what is the inconsistency in the first table? Not zero. Z coefficients Zj minus Cj for the starting table are not zero, because the S1 minus S1 minus S2 minus S3 minus are basic variable, and so corresponding Zj minus Cj must be zero. So first we have to make our table consistent. So first we have to make our table consistent. So here we have the weight method, objective function, and from here if you make the table, so here we have the basic variable, right? Decision variable are x1 x2 s1 plus right? S1 plus, S2 plus, S3 plus, then the starting basic variable S, S1 minus, S2 minus, S3 minus, and on the right hand side we have the solution. Now first entry will be first first entry is 0 0 0 0 0 0, and here we have the minus 1 minus 2 minus 1, and here we have the 0. Now on this side the basic variable are S, S1 minus, S2 minus, S3 minus, right? So on the right hand side it is 15,000, 15,000, 1000, 1200, and the 800. So now first we have to make it as a 0. For making the consistent table we have to make the 0 by appropriate row operation. So row operation will be the row operation will be z row, z row plus row of S1 minus plus twice of the row of S2 minus plus row of S3 minus. So with this you will get the entries as a 400. Here you will get the 400, means this is the new Z or updated ZJ minus CJ row. This is the new updated ZJ minus CJ or consistent ZJ minus CJ for the basic variable S, S1 minus, S2 minus, S3 minus. Only this I have to explain. Otherwise, what we have to do? Simplex method, right? Otherwise, we have to apply the simplex method. Simplex method means question is of minimization. So most positive will enter. Most positive will enter. We take the ratio. Then minimum ratio will go out. Minimum ratio will go out. Then we have the basic means pivot element. That pivot element we have to make 1. That pivot element we have to make 1 and rest as a 0. Rest as 0. Then again this is not a optimal table. So x1 will enter as a basic variable, right? X1 as a enter as a basic variable, and you will find that S1 minus will be the leaving variable. So again it is not optimal table. Then which variable it is? S3 plus. S3 plus is the entering variable, then S will be the leaving variable, and here you will get the optimal table. So this is the optimal table. So I have solved through the Excel, right? But you can solve in general means right. So here, or you can use the Torah also, right? You can use the Torah also. So here in this optimal table, what is the value of the Z? 175, right? Z is equal to 175, and x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 2.5, s3 minus is equal to 175, and s2 plus is equal to 200. Can you recall what these value? Can you remember these value? So
Yes, sir.
in this case, z is equal to 175. Z is equal to 175. What is the meaning of the z? S1 minus plus 2, S2 minus plus 3, S3 minus, that is the z. What is the S1 minus, 2, S2 minus, S3 minus? What are these? Deviational variable. It means what we want. We want there must be viewers more than 1000, more than 1200, more than 800. When we say Z is equal to 175, it means one. First, what we want? We want this deviation must be 0, but it is not coming 0, right? But it is not coming 0. I think S3 minus is coming as a 175. S3 minus is coming as a 175. right? S3 minus is 175, S1 minus is 0, S2 minus is 0. What is your objective? You want the S1 minus, S2 minus, S3 minus must be 0, must be minimum deviation, right? At the minimum deviation. But compromise solution is coming in that you are not able to achieve the third goal. Means there are means instead of the 800 senior citizen, there are 625 senior citizen. You are lagging by the 175 senior citizen. That is the S3 minus. Or you are lagging the goal by the 175 viewers, right, of type senior citizen. Then after the value of x1 is 5, x2 is 2.5, x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 2.5, and s2 plus is equal to 300. s2 plus s2 plus is equal अरे यार, s2 plus is equal to 300. So what is the meaning of the s2 plus 300? What is the meaning of the s2 plus is equal to 300? Goal 2 over satisfied, overachieved by amount 300. Our requirement is 1200, but there are 1500 young or teenager, uh, young or middle age viewers. Clear? So it shows that it is the overachieved. It is overachieved, right? Here it says the 175 means it is the underachieve. Underachieve. Clear? Online clear? And how many shows you are conducting? X1 was, can you recall what was the X1? Number of the band concert. Number of the band concert is 5, and here the number of band concert 2.5. So that much you have to conduct to achieve the goal. And instead of this, under the given budget, and you are able to achieve only the two goals, and one goal is underachieved by amount 175. That is the conclusion. So just for your convenience, you take the snap of this. तो वीडियो पे आएगा, लेकिन if you want, you can take the snap of this. Online, you can save this table. It will come on video also, but
Sir, in the very first W, the row above S, it is not labeled. So what is it actually?
row above, please
S.
repeat.
Sir, in the very first W, so the row between Z and S.
Huh? That is
So,
the modified Z.
sir, actually, okay, fine, fine, understood.
We have made na this zero.
Yes, yes, consistent. We have made it consistent, right?
Consistent. So this is a modified zero. Actually, in Excel we cannot cut and write in beside of that, na. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubt in weight method? So this is the weight method. Just you have to make the one objective function from the goal, right? And you have to apply the simple simplex method. So here we have the concluding remark: z is equal to 175, x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 2.5, s1 minus s1 plus is equal to 0. Goal satisfied. S2 plus 300, goal is overachieved by the 300%, and S3 minus is equal to 175, goal 3 is underachieved by 175%. Actually, they have not mentioned anywhere ki x2 is integer. Otherwise, they should mention that it is an integer. So we are assuming that x2 is the continuous variable. So in that it can come. If it is, because till now I have not taught you the integer programming. So presently you cannot solve this. So presently you assume. Sometimes we give the hint that this is the integer. Right? Your doubt is clear. Means absolutely right. Event concert or art shows must be in integral value. Right? But in this they have not specified. So under the budget it will come in the fraction. Now in the question number third, in the Ojak University admission situation described in problem 3, set 8.1a, suppose that limit on the size of the incoming freshman must be met. Must be met, but means this is not a goal that you want to achieve. Means total number of student in Ojak University, new student must be greater than equal to 1200. Right, must be 1200. So that is not a goal, but the remaining requirement can be treated as flexible goal. Further assume that the ACT score is twice important as any other remaining goals. So here we have the problem, right? X1, X2, X3, number of in-state student, out of state student, and international student. From there we have formed this as a constraint. Now they are saying that this is always we want to achieve. Means this is not a goal. Here we should say it must be greater than equal to 1200. Then goal will be, then the goal, this is not our goal. Now you have to remove this goal. Goal are only S2 minus S3 minus S4 minus S5 minus, and corresponding to ACT score. Corresponding to ACT score means B. So ACT score are twice important than the other three. So what will be the weighted sum? Minimize Z is equal to 2 S2 minus plus S3 minus plus S4 minus plus S5 minus, subject to following constraints. Subject to following constraints. Right? So now here we have the problem. Minimize Z is equal to 2 S2 minus plus S3 minus plus S4 minus plus S5 minus, subject to. So now first one is not a goal, that is the decision constraint. X1 plus X2 plus X3 greater than equal to 1200, and rest are goal. Rest are goal. So it is the you can treat it as a goal. So after applying the simplex method, now I'm not giving the table, you can use the Torah. So just to understand what is the solution, Z is equal to 0. Z is equal to 0 means every goal satisfied. Z is equal to 0 means all goals are satisfied. So all goals are satisfied, and x1 is equal to 801. This implies that they have written this equivalent, means might be answer is the 801 point something or 800 point something. So they have said that it is the 801. Right? So equivalent to 801, equivalent to 240, equivalent to 159. So this is the whatever the minimum requirement of the number of students that they are saying. And here S2 plus is 15225.6, means 8 ACT score is overachieved by 1.27 points, right, per ईसीटी स्कोर एवरेज में था ना, पर स्टूडेंट होगा मेरे ख्याल से, पर स्टूडेंट होगा, टोटल स्टूडेंट ही है ना, तो पर स्टूडेंट होगा। एसीटी स्कोर ओवर अचीव्ड by 1.27 points per student, and S4 plus is 38.59. So number of international student is overachieved by 39 students. 39 students. So that is the conclusion, and all the goals are achieved, satisfied. Any doubt? ठीक. Online, any doubt? I am not going in the solution part, just I have to explain here what is the conclusion of the solution. Now, so solve the problem and specify whether or not all goals are satisfied, that you have done. Then if in addition the size of incoming class can be treated as a flexible goal. Now they are saying that instead of the constraint, now that is the goal. And that is twice important as the ACT goal. Whatever the importance of the ACT, number of students, there must be the twice importance. So it will become 4 S1 minus, twice of this one, twice of this one. So 4 S1 minus plus 2 S2 minus plus S3 minus plus S4 minus plus S5 minus. So in this case, you have seen that x1 plus x2 plus x3 x1, in this case you have seen that x1 plus x2 plus x3, x1 plus x2 plus x3, 12 801 plus 240 plus 159 is greater than 1200, is greater than 1200. So you can see that from here only that goal 1 is satisfied, so need not to go for the solution. Directly from here you can say that all goals are satisfied for this question also. If you have the solution of the first part, then for the second part directly you can say, need not to go for the fresh solution. So here minimize this, subject to this, solution of the A remain the same. The same solution will work here, because in this also you will get the S1 minus S2 minus both equal to 0, because here it is coming the x1 plus x2 plus x3 greater than equal to 1200. Now, online, any problem? Anyone, any problem?
No, sir.
Now, in the circle K model of the problem 4, set 8.1a, is it possible to satisfy all the nutritional requirement? Means now they are not specified that which goal is more important, because it is the nutritional. So for the nutritional we assume that all the nutritional should be satisfied, means all are equally weighted, all are equally weighted. So in this case minimize z will become s1 minus whatever the, I think s1 minus देख लेते हैं, right, s1 minus plus s2 plus s3 minus s4 minus plus s5 plus. So that you have to specify, subject to the following constraint, right? So we have the solution of this 6000. In the question I have made correction, right? So here again by the weight method it is coming the z is equal to 0, z is equal to 0, specify that all goals are satisfied, and x is equal to, means whatever the three component ingredient component, 166.08 pound, x2 is equal to 2778.56 pound, and x3 is equal to 3055.36 pound, and s3 plus means it is the overachieved, right? S4 plus means it is the overachieved. Now, so calcium percentage 1.2, protein percentage 22 plus 7.63, right? And fiber percentage is the 5. So whatever with the requirement there, all are satisfied. So just it is nothing. You have to make one objective function using the weight. Nothing special other than this. Now the primitive method. So in the primitive method, what I have said you, first we arrange all the goals in order of the priority. We solve first problem which has the highest priority, then next priority goals, then next priority goal, and at last we solve for the lowest priority goal, and never we degrade the higher priority goals over the preceding one. So here in the primitive method, the decision maker must rank the goals of the problem in order of importance. Given an n goals situation, the objective of the problem are written as minimize G1 is equal to row 1 highest priority and minimize Gn is equal to row n lowest priority. The variable row I is a component of the divisional variable, either the Si minus or Si plus, that we have to minimize. Then that represent the goal I. The solution procedure consider one goal at a time, starting with the highest priority G1 and terminating with the lowest Gn. The process is carried out such that solution obtained from the lower priority goal never degrade any higher priority solution. Means degradation is not allowed. Degradation is not allowed. So here let us have the same problem, whatever the problem we have solved right now through the primitive method. Consider the problem 2, set 8.1a, which deals with the presentation of band concert and art shows at NW Mall. Suppose that goal set for teen, young, middle age group and senior are referred to as G1, G2, G3 respectively. Solve the problem for each of the following priority orders. So now we are giving the priority to teenagers over the middle age over the senior citizen. In the first part, or in the B part, we are giving the priority to the senior citizen, then the middle age, then the teenagers. So first you have to decide the priority, whom you want to give the priority. So in this case, first problem, first problem will be minimize G1 is equal to S1 minus subject to 15,000, right? Subject to 1,000, subject to 1,200, subject to 800. Now you apply the simplex method. You can apply. Then whatever the optimal table, in that you have to apply the minimize of the G2 S2 minus, right? Then you have the another optimal table, in that you have to apply the minimize G3 is equal to S3 minus. So whatever the method I have taught you during the post optimal analysis, means here first you have to compute the optimal table, in that you have to make the changes, right? So you will get the solution. So when we have G1 greater than G2 greater than G3, or not greater than, higher priority, right, in order of the priority. So G1 problem, minimize G1 is equal to S1 minus. So if you solve by the Torah, you will find that S1 minus is coming 0, S2 minus is coming 0, S3 minus is 362.5, X1 is equal to 5, X2 is equal to 1.75. In that means, in that you can see S2 minus is 0. S2 minus is 0 means goal 2 automatically satisfied. So need not to go for the goal 2, because when you have solved for the goal 1, you have find that goal 2 is also satisfied. So directly you can say that goal 2 is satisfied, right? Then you go for the goal 3 problem. So goal 3 problem, then it is the G3 is equal, minimize G3 is equal to S3 minus. So when you implement this, right, and In that you have to put the s1 is equal to 0, s2 minus is equal to 0. Wherever we have this s1 minus and s2 minus, that you have to write as a 0. Directly you just put the value, just you put the value, because they are now satisfied. You cannot degrade, degradation is not allowed. So just you remove the column of s1 minus and s2 minus from the optimal table. Just you remove the column of s1 minus and s2 minus, right? Because now s1 minus and s2 minus are non-basic variable at the zero level. They are the non-basic variable, right? Because basic variable has the some positive value. So it you can remove that column. So when you have removed, no chance to reconsideration of the those value, means you cannot recalculate the value of the s1 minus and s2 minus. So after using this, we have the optimal solution again. The s3 minus is equal to 175, x1 is equal to 5, and x2 is equal to 2.5. So by chance, for this question, you have the same answer, but not necessarily always you have the same answer. So that is the underachieve. That is the underachieve. So you practice for this. By if you are not able to do it, you please tell me. I will provide the right. I will provide the then table. So this is the S3 minus is equal to underachieve, and x1 is equal to 5, x2 is equal to 2.5. It means number of art shows should be 2.5, and number of band concerts should be the 5. So here you can say that G3 remain underachieve. So that is the even in the priority G3 is underachieve. But when you have reversed the priority order, G3 is G3 has the highest priority, right? When the G3 has the highest priority, means G3 is more prior to G2, which is more prior to G1. If you have reversed the order of priority, so the what is the G3 problem? G3 problem will come minimize G3 is equal to S3 minus. So when you do, at that time you will get the S1 minus as a 280, S2 is equal to 0, S3 is equal to S3 minus is equal to 0. It means goal 3 as well as the goal 2 are achieved, right? Since the S2 minus and S3 minus are coming 0, so it implies that they are achieved. So here you can say that G2 is achieved. Then you have to go with the G1 problem. G1 problem is minimize of the S1 minus. So in that case, you can find that x1 is equal to 3.6, x2 is equal to 3.2, and s1 minus is equal to 280. So s1 minus is 280. It means again it is underachieve, right? It is the underachieve. In that case, you have satisfied the goal one, means whatever the requirement of the 800 senior citizen you have achieved, whatever the requirement of the 1200 middle age you have achieved, but you are not able to achieve the teenagers by 1000, right? It is underachieved by the 280. So you can say that G1 is not satisfied. So that is the primitive method. Similarly, solve the Ojak University model problem 3 of the set 8.1a using the primitive method, assuming that goals are prioritized in the same order given in the problem. Means here the G1 is higher prior than the G2, higher prior than the G3, higher prior than the G4, higher prior than the G5. There are the 5 goals, right? So when we solve the problem of the G1, so one minute. They have assumed that first one is not a goal, right? First one is there. We have the both question. So here we have the first one is not a goal. First one is the decision constraint. So goal 2 greater than goal 3, greater than goal 4, greater than goal 5. So here we have the goal 1 as a S2 minus. So when we solve, you will get the x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to 1080, x3 is equal to 120, s4 plus, s2 minus, and s3 minus is equal to 0. So what it says, that goal 1 and goal 2 satisfied, right? Goal 1 and goal 2 satisfied. So here the goal 2 satisfied. Now we have to go with the goal 3. So goal 3, when you say that G3 is equal to S4 plus, so it will give you S2 minus, S3 minus is equal to 0. That you have to put. Put means you have to remove the column of the S2 minus and S3 minus, right? So in that case, the optimal solution you are getting that still the S4 plus, they have said the S4 plus, still S4 plus is positive, means you are not able to achieve the goal 3, right? So then you will go for the goal 4. So in the goal, now wherever in the equation, wherever we have the S4 plus, there you just put the value, means below this there should not be deviation. Deviation should not increase. So for that you have to put the value of the S4 plus as a 93.33. So when you solve, you can say that it is also underachieved. It is also underachieved. You can remove. Yeah. No, not S4 plus column. Now you have put the value. Just you take on the right hand side. So you have the few changes on the right hand side also, as you put the value of the S4 plus, because here I have not taught you the additional constraints, addition of the additional constraint, that is not in course. That's why we have to put. Otherwise, with the addition of the additional constraint, you can handle with this type of the problem. Huh? And under satisfied, that you put the value. So when you put, for example, we have the x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus s1 minus less than equal to 1200. Now s1 minus is 200. So it will become the x1 plus x2 plus x3 less than equal to 1000. Right? That constant value you put in that. So you have the new optimal table. But you have to put in the reduced equation. From the equation you have made the table. From the table, now from the row operation you have reduced the table, whether the optimal, intermediate or starting, but you have reduced the table. Again you can make the equation. In the equation you put, right? After putting, again you write the table. So that even in the table you can do. Just you have to take that on the right hand side. Means after removing that column, take on the right hand side, just, right? So that's all in the primitive method. So in next class, I will start the integer program. If you want, I can give you the table for the any one question for the primitive method also. You practice. If you feel that you are not able to do, then I will give you the table. Right? Next class you tell me, then I will provide the table. Online clear. That's all for today. Anything you want to ask online? Chirag, generally in exam, we ask only the formulation.